Okay, so I'm going to exit out of here. Go back to our code. Now right here at the end, script type text JavaScript. Okay, I'm going to make some room here. Okay. $, open bracket, then quotes, then hash. And remember it was recipe underscore picture, close bracket, close quote, close bracket, dot bind, and then open bracket, change, close quote, comma, function. I'm going a little slow here because it's very important to get this right. And then open and close bracket. And then open brace. Size underscore in underscore megabytes equals this dot files. The square bracket open and 0. Square bracket close, dot size, slash 1024, slash 1024, semicolon, if size underscore in underscore megabytes greater than 5, close bracket, then open brace, alert, open brace, and single quote, maximum file size is 5 megabytes. Please choose a smaller file. Okay, close quote, close bracket, and then semicolon, then put semicolon after this. And that should be it. Let me just double check real quick to make sure. So we have recipe picture dot bind, change, function, size in megabytes, this files 0 size, if size in megabytes greater than 5, alert. All right, that looks like that's accurate. So I'm going to save that. Now, the last thing we want to handle is image resizing. And we're going to handle image resizing by using image magic. Okay? And image magic, since we use Heroku for our deployment to production, Heroku already comes pre-installed with image magic. So we don't have to worry about that. But in our development environment, we have to do these two things. So let's go ahead and do it now. Type in sudo space apt dash get space update, and then hit return. Okay. Then the next thing you want to do is sudo apt-get install space image magic. Let me see, make sure if I get the name right. Image magic. Okay, space dash dash fix dash missing. Okay, and then hit return again. Now when it asks you, do you want to continue? Put caps Y and then hit return. Okay, perfect. That should be it. Now, one last thing I want to do is update my custom css.scss file and add some styling. So if you remember, we added span picture. So I'm going to add styling to that. Make some room here. And also dot show underscore recipe. Add some styling to that also. So for show recipe, I just want margin 10 pixel, 10 pixel, 10 pixel, 10 pixel. And for span picture, I want margin top colon 10 pixel. And then input, an open brace, border colon space 0. Okay. All right. So now that should be everything that we need. Actually, there's one more update. I apologize. I have to make an update to the picture uploader now that I have Image Magic. So if you go to uploaders picture uploader.rb, on top here, right under class picture uploader carrier wave, right here, I'm going to say include carrier wave and then 2 colons mini magic. Now I could have just uncommented this part also, but I just like to type it out. And then one more thing is process resize underscore to underscore fit, actually to limit, and then colon. I'm gonna say 600 comma 600. All right, that's good. Now, one thing you may run into trouble with is at this point, after we have made all these updates, if you hop into Rails console, you may get an error at some point. Let me do a Control L to clean it up. Okay, so I'm in the Rails console. If I do chef.all, okay, that's working. If I do recipe.all, notice how I got an error. And if I do recipe.first, I get an error. So basically, in my recipe model now, I'm getting an error, and it's it's stemming from this picture uploader. So I actually Googled this error, and I found a resolution for it, which is like a good way of troubleshooting anytime you have run into trouble with anything, is to basically Google that error and see what you can come up with. So the solution I came up with was, if you go to config and then environment.rb, okay, under all of this, type in require single quote carrier wave /ORM /active record. Okay, and then close quote. Save this. Now if we come back to the console right here, type in reload and then bang. Okay, now if I type in recipe.all, oops, I think I might have to exit over here. Okay, let me go jump into Rails console. Okay, recipe.all. Notice how now the error is gone. Okay, so this is a perfect example of Googling something to get rid of an error. All right, so now our setup is all complete. Now let's see, let's see this in action. So our server is running. So I'll go to our app. Let's go to new recipe. We see that our styling has not changed. That's not a good thing. It's probably because I have to start the server again for the style sheets to take effect. Let me try this again. Okay, see, the styling is good now. All right. So create a new recipe. Let's go ahead and say vegetable saute. Summary, this is the best vegetable saute recipe. And then steps, I'm going to go with add oil to pan, heat oil, add vegetables, cook for 20 minutes. And then I want to choose a file, vegetable saute, on that. All right. Now create recipe. All right, your recipe was created successfully. Now let's see what that did. Okay, now we have an image here. This is great. Okay, now I also added the image. Now this is a specific size that I added, which was smaller, just 250 by 150, I believe. Now I also added this image to the show recipe page. That should be a bigger size. So if I click on this, okay, there it is. It's the best vegetable saute recipe ever. Has a recipe image, has all the steps. Perfect. This is starting to look really good. All right. So at this point, we've covered image upload in development. In production, we'll use a different method. Okay. So an important thing to keep in mind here is that when you upload the images, right now, based on how our application is, it's going to store it within the application, right? Because we chose storage system of file. So if you look at the picture uploader, here you see storage file. When we store images in production, we're going to use fog. So we're going to install the fog gem, and then we're going to use third-party storage service, basically. But for now, for development, this is good enough. But again, this is stored in the app. And if you deployed to Heroku, for example, and you uploaded images based on how the setup is currently, Heroku will actually get rid of those images after a while. Every time you do a migration, the images will disappear. Okay? So at this point, let's go ahead and merge our code. Remember, we're in the topic branch, so I'm going to I'm going to shut down the server. So first thing I want to do is git add -a. Remember, I'm in the topic branch right now, so I want to add all the updates I've made. Okay, then git commit -m add image uploader. Okay, so now if I do git status, all right, so now I'm going to go back to my master branch. So to do that, I type in git checkout master. Okay, now I'm going to merge in my topic branch of image uploader. To do that, you type in git merge and then the name of the branch. So our branch was image-uploader. Okay, and that's it. So now if I type in git status, all right, perfect. Now, I don't want my topic branch to lay around. For one, it'll eat up a lot of space, and we have a free account here, so I want to get rid of my topic branch. To do that, since I already merged it in, I can just type in git branch space -d and then image uploader, which is the name of the branch I want to delete. Now, I can do this with like lowercase d and remove the branch because I committed and merged the code back in to my master branch. If I did not do that, and if I did not want to merge the changes I made to image uploader, then I would use caps D over here, uppercase D, okay? And that will delete a branch even if the changes from the branch are not moved to the master branch or merged to the master branch. Okay, so let's get rid of our branch. All right, so deleted branch image uploader. And if I do git branch, I see I'm on master and I don't have any other branches. Okay, perfect. So now would be a good time to push our code to GitHub. Type in git push origin master. All right, perfect. And I will see you in the next lesson.